Greetings everyone. My name is Thato Kelly Masamola, student number 260-93189. Today I will be doing a presentation for assignment 6 under the module BPT1501. The resource that I'm presenting today is called Bingo. Bingo is a mathematical game which builds social connection, increase hand-eye coordination, helps with learning numbers, and sharpens memories. It maintains your cognitive abilities and helps learners think quickly and have focus. This is a clear demonstration of how the game Bingo is played. A teacher has to call out a number. After calling out a number, the teacher has to cover the number that he or she called to avoid calling the same number twice. The learners are given 4 papers each. If the teacher calls out a number and the learner has the number that the teacher called, the learner has to take 1 paper and cover the number. Okay, now I'm going to show you how to do it. For instance, if a teacher calls out the number 16, the teacher will cover the number 16, and the learner that has the number 16, he or she will also have to cover the number 16. If a teacher calls out the number 13, the teacher covers the number 13, and the learners with the number 13 will have to also cover the number 13. If a teacher calls the number 11, the teacher covers the number 11, and the learner with the number 11 will also have to cover it. If a teacher calls out the number 8, the teacher covers the number 8, and the learner with the number 8 will also have to cover theirs. If a teacher calls out the number 1, the teacher covers the number 1, and the learner with the number 1 also have to cover theirs. If a teacher calls out the number 17, the teacher will have to cover the number 17, and the learner with the number 17 will also have to cover theirs. If a teacher calls out the number 3, the teacher has to cover the number 3, and the learner with the number 3 will have to cover theirs. If a teacher calls out the number 14, the teacher has to cover the number 14, and the learner with the number 14 will also have to cover theirs. If the teacher calls out the number 15, the teacher has to cover the number 15, and the learner with the number 15. If a teacher calls out the number 20, the teacher will have to cover the number 20, and the learner with the number 20 will also have to cover theirs. For instance, this learner has the number 20. So, because the learner has 4 numbers that are covered in the same place, the learner will have to scream out, Bingo! There are 6 ways in which this game can be on. The game can be either on like this, or like this, or like this. There are 6 ways in which the game can be on. The game can either be on like this, or like this, or like this. The game can also be on like this, or like this, or like this. And just like that, I'm done. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for listening to my presentation.